My girlfriend has no idea I'm homeless. Am I the jerk for keeping it a secret? I'm 18M and I'm dating my girlfriend who just turned 20. I've been in foster care since I was 13. I lucked out when I was younger. I had some good homes, but the most recent one I had was really bad. I've been homeless for 1 month now. It's been exhausting hiding it from my girlfriend. One of the jobs I work is at a local martial arts gym in my city, which I sneak back into at night because I have keys for lockup. I am pretty sure the owner knows I'm sleeping here because there are cameras. He hasn't said anything. Sometimes he leaves me food. So I'm doing okay for being homeless. I'm saving up and I'm trying to find another job so I can make money faster and find a place to live. I'm staying out of trouble. I don't drink alcohol, and I don't do drugs. My girlfriend lives in a university dorm with a roommate. She goes to a prestigious school that she worked really hard to get into. Tonight, she said I have sad eyes and she asked me if something was wrong. I wanted to break down and tell her everything. Instead, I said I was sleepy and hugged her, then made a joke which distracted her and changed the topic. I know in a relationship, you're supposed to be honest. But I guess I have pride or something. All these years growing up, there were so many times I felt like I had no dignity, so it's really hard for me to let go of this pride or whatever you want to call it. It's hard to explain. Besides, she can't really help me. It would just be adding to her stress. Am I the jerk for thinking I can find a place, get settled in, basically fix this problem, and then tell her? I see these on TikTok all the time and I know what I'm asking is not the same as wedding drama or marriage drama, but I thought I would give it a shot with this being anonymous and all. Commenter, NTA. But it sounds like you're talking yourself out of opening up to her about this. She might not be able to fix everything, but she can offer support. It sounds like you could really use that right now. Commenter, agreed. Also I'm sorry. I've been homeless, myself, but this. You don't deserve to be 18 dealing with all this. No one does, but you are just in a position I know many go through but I wish no one experienced. OP, I'm sorry you had to deal with homelessness too. Deep down, I know I am lucky for the circumstances I do have, like the ability to crash at my boss's gym. It's a lot better than a shelter. Those honestly scare me. Commenter, my now husband was living between friends' houses and a direct provision center when we met. He is a very proud man and was vague or wouldn't discuss where he lived or allow me to drop him anywhere and said things like he was going to visit friends at night. He was always so upbeat and caring towards me that it seemed like a small thing, so I didn't push it. He is also a really hard worker and works day and night. I initially worried he didn't trust me to see his house in case I turned stalker or something. I thought with all the working hours maybe he already had a family or something like that, except he added me on his social media and openly walked around town with me, so that didn't make sense. I totally didn't realize the things he must have been going through till way later, till we had our own place and I accidentally saw an old document he had with the DP address as his address, and it all made sense. Also how he is always helping people he meets who have had time. Ringing friends and getting them a couch to sleep on, etc. At the time he helped me with any problems I was having, but is very religious and used to tell me that he shared his problems with God, and me being in my little happy self and spending time with him was enough for me to do to help him back. From the woman's perspective, I respect him so much. He didn't lie to me, but he kind of made it clear what he did and didn't want to talk about, and I respected and accepted that. I have a good job and my own money, but he always liked to pay for things like if we got coffee, etc. Things were probably very hard for him, but I'm glad I didn't push it and force him to be vulnerable with me about his fears and circumstances, because I know him and that would have damaged his pride in himself. Sorry for the long rambling reply. I suppose what I'm saying is once you don't make her question how you feel about her, it's okay to struggle and be a man and keep your pride in her eyes. OP. This was really inspiring. I'm really glad you shared this with me. I actually read it over 2 times because it made me feel less bad about myself. I want to be that kind of man one day, like your husband. I try to show up for my girlfriend and the few people in my life. Not as a burden, but someone they can rely on. Normally I'm really good at presenting myself a certain way no matter what's happening to me. I will go as far as to hide injuries, and I think I have a really high pain tolerance now. I'm always smiling and I like to focus on other people, not myself. But lately I'm working a lot more, and even though I have a place to sleep every night, there's this stress that never leaves. But you said he didn't lie to me, but he kind of made it clear what he did and didn't want to talk about, and I respected and accepted that. Maybe I could try approaching it somehow like that. Update. Howdy. I just wanted to come back and share that I ended up confiding in my girlfriend about my homelessness. She was devastated for me, but ultimately, I'm really glad I pushed myself to tell her the truth. It was really eating at me, and it was a huge relief in itself to no longer be carrying that around on top of everything else. We're still together, also a huge relief. My girlfriend is keeping my homelessness a secret. One thing I haven't shared with her, or anyone, really, outside of you guys, is that I continue to struggle with feelings of shame and inadequacy about this situation, but I know those are more my internal dialogue and not necessarily how others perceive me, given that they don't really know. I'm trying really hard to keep my head up and maintain my self-worth and convince myself that I'm not trash. I also ended up telling the owner of the gym I've been crashing at what I've been doing. As I suspected, He knew about it but doesn't want to acknowledge it for insurance purposes, so essentially this conversation didn't happen. He said I can keep doing it given that I find housing ASAP. I have to move on to a new place to sleep if I'm still homeless in a few weeks. I've got 2 places pending that I know are strongly considering me. I'd happily take either one. Affordable housing here is really difficult to come by and very competitive. There's a lot of interest per listing. I started expanding my search area and this helped, although my commute is going to be rough. Thanks again to everyone who commented on my other post. Commenter, you have people in your life that care about you, keep your head up, you will get through this. Commenter, honestly man, I'm so sorry to hear you're going through this and I'm sending you an air hug. Sometimes just being able to confide in people about the awful things that happen to us can be such a source of relief and just help with relieving the intense pressure and stress if nothing else, and even if the problems aren't fixed. Being open about your situation is tough, but for whatever it's worth I'm honestly proud of you for being brave enough to do it. Being 18 in the world is already hard enough, having to face it out of an unpleasant foster situation and with the stack you've been given isn't fair or right, but I can tell from what you've written that you've been fighting to get to where you need to go. You'll get there. You deserve to be happy and have a place to call yours, you deserve to feel safe and get away from the stress you've been under. OP, thank you so much man, from the bottom of my heart. I'm really glad I posted here. I know we're all strangers but it's been so impactful for me to read comments. Thank you for taking time to do that. It's hard to explain but I needed the boost y'all gave me. It rewired how I view myself, for the better.